welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Today we're going to spend some time in our kitchen, and I'm going to share just some everyday decorating ideas for your home. I'm not really doing any winter decor necessarily in this space, not doing Valentine's, just really going to stick to those core pieces that are just those staple everyday decorating pieces. So I hope that throughout this video you find a little bit of inspiration for just kind of decluttering and just creating a simple aesthetic in the kitchen that is beautiful but also functional. So I have gathered a huge pile of decor that I'm going to share with y'all. We're not going to use every piece, but I did want to kind of go through my decor closet, my hutch, which is where I have previously stored a lot of home decor items, particularly kitchen items. We actually just sold the hutch, so I no longer have one. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to purchase another hutch or do more of a sideboard buffet style piece there. Honestly, I really have no plans, so stay tuned. I'm going to continue to kind of scour Facebook Marketplace, maybe go to a few antique shops and just see kind of what speaks to me. But I did feel like the hutch was becoming less and less my style. The one that we particularly had was very farmhousey, and I think my style is transitioning a little bit, and so yeah, it's gone. So now I have a lot of that decor sitting out. Just going to put some of those staple pieces in here, and yeah, so we're gonna do a lot of decorating. Hopefully you enjoy this video and also find it helpful. All right, I'm gonna share my little haul with you guys. As I mentioned, these are pretty much all items except for two that I already had, and am just going through and kind of trying to decide what I want to use. A good probably 75% of them are from our shop that we used to own, and then the remainder is from Target and from our local thrift stores. So this frame was one of the two items that I ended up purchasing for the kitchen. I had this print from North Prints that was a downloadable print out in our kitchen under the microwave, actually, in a different frame during the fall season. And I loved it so much. I just loved the element of moodiness that it added to this space, and it just really draws your eye to it. And while we have a lot of different decor items in our home that kind of just blend in nicely, I really wanted something in here that just drew your eye to this particular spot in the kitchen. So I was really happy with this frame and with the moody print that's in it. While I did have it in my home for the fall season, I felt like it could really be just an everyday piece. So I highly recommend investing in good picture frames that you can swap the artwork out with each season, or maybe you find something that you love and you leave it up for a long time. There are a few, actually there's several different downloadable print shops online. I will leave a list of some of my favorites down in the video description below, but the particular one that you're looking at here in the kitchen was maybe $3 or $4. So very affordable, and it's just beautiful artwork. So I'm creating a little vignette over in this corner, and I wanted to bring in some greenery. I also have that beautiful canister. That one's from the depot at Gibson Mill. The olive tree is from Target last spring, and I actually have a couple of those, so you'll see me use those throughout the house. I wanted to bring in a cutting board. This one is from our shop, and I just wanted to break up the white, just kind of tie in those darker tones on this side of the kitchen. It's important to me that I have some functional items out in the kitchen as well, not just ones that are pretty to look at. We do a lot of cooking and baking, so having the sugar and my mixing bowls right there and accessible is something that I will be using all the time and is really handy just to have out on the countertops. Oftentimes my daughter is baking with me, and we love to bake on that little island because it is perfect for her height. I was gifted this beautiful KitchenAid mixer for Christmas. It was at the top of my list, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law were so sweet and gifted that to me, and I love it. It is in the milkshake color, so it's not a stark white. It definitely blends in well and doesn't really stick out, which is something that I wanted. Anytime I have kitchen appliances on my countertops, I really like to I gravitate, I should say, towards appliances that just kind of match my decor and match the other appliances that I've got in the kitchen. So moving over here, I ended up taking the basket off the counter because I wanted to lighten things up. Usually when we take things out of the oven, we're putting them over here. So I didn't want there to be a lack of room. Now I'm mixing things up a little bit, playing around. This fruit picture frame wall art that I got from Target is so cute, but I really felt like it just blended in too much, and I'm probably going to end up either returning it or reselling it because it just, I don't know, it matched up too much with our trim and our cabinets. So we'll continue to play around with that and get that countertop just right. But for now, I am filling these glass cabinets. So one of my goals this year is to paint the inside of this cabinet the same color as the trim so that it doesn't look so dark. And the reason that I added all of the white dishes was to kind of brighten it up. A lot of the decor that I put in there tends to get hidden because of how dark everything is with the wood on the inside. So I'm not planning on painting the interior of all the cabinets, just that one in particular. I added a plate from one of the antique stores I love to go to underneath that bowl, and I love how it looks for our fruit and veggies. And then I'm actually taking our bread basket off of the countertop. This is something that I love so much. I actually have that one saved in my Amazon storefront. If you're looking for a good one, it's very spacious and I can fit several loaves of bread in there, but we are actually eating less bread right now than we have in previous times, so I am putting that in my pantry for right now. Wanted to freshen up this little spot and add a little bit of greenery. Now, I mentioned, I think back in the fall, that I'd love to add a custom built shelf by my sweet husband to the side of the cabinetry there. I just threw up a wreath and a cutting board. I don't love it, so we're not going to focus on that today. But just some ways that you can add everyday decor into your kitchen are by adding cutting boards. Hiding outlets with them is always something that I love to do. Unfortunately, in this little spot, the cutting board I had chosen just didn't fit over the outlet, and that's okay. Adding some everyday artwork, some greenery, and you can't go wrong with some white dishes. You'll notice my use of glass in the kitchen. Above the refrigerator, I'm storing some of our cake stands, and I put some glass domes there. I've also used a couple of different canisters throughout the kitchen, one on our kitchen island and then on the countertop underneath the cabinet. I'm storing some flowers, some sugar, things that I'm going to be opening up and using frequently. Glass canisters are really inexpensive, and they're such a great way to store so many different dry goods in your kitchen, from even coffee grounds to flaxseed, of course your flours and sugars, granola, you name it. And just having them there accessible on the kitchen counter is so handy. Thanks for being here, friend. I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Bye, friend.